So welcome to the next tutorial of ethical hacking and penetration testing via Kali Linux. So I have told you in the previous tutorial about anonymous footprinting, pseudo anonymous footprinting, and loads of other stuff. So you might be thinking that why footprinting is much important, but you must have already have had some random idea as to why it is that important and what kind of strategy it is exactly. So it allows in terms of security for companies, it allows attackers to know about the complete security posture of the organization, and it is not good, trust me guys. It reduces the attacker's area to specific range of IP address, network, domain names, even remote access. It even allows them to build their own information database about the target's organization security and their weakness to take appropriate action. And it is also easy for them to get the actual environment they are going to break, and they can also go ahead and create a home environment in the same way that they have in the organization. So for attackers to build a hacking strategy, there are a few things. That is knowing security posture, performing footprinting on target organization in a systematic and a methodological manner. They will be able to get information or complete profile of the organization's security posture. It will also go ahead and reduce their area of attack because they will get a specific amount of IP addresses within which they know that okay, this company has only uses this set of IP addresses, and it will be easier for them to go ahead and hack into them because he already knows what can be. So he just have to guess some specific random things, and by doing a good amount of social engineering, he will even get that. After that, we have building information database. As I told you, going ahead and creating a virtual network at home based on the similar organization structure. And then finally drawing the network map, that is combining footprinting techniques such as tracert tool, which allows the attacker to create network diagrams of the target's organization network presence. This map allows or this map network represents the understanding of the target's internet footprint, and these network diagrams can also guide in the attack. So coming back to the next point, there are a few objectives of footprinting. So these objectives, the major objectives of footprinting include collecting the target's network information, system information, and the organization information. And by carrying out footprinting at various network levels, you can gain information such as network blocks, network services, application, system architecture, intrusion detection systems, specific IP addresses, access controls, and many more. And with footprinting, information such as employee names, phone numbers, contact addresses, designations, work experience, and even the employee ID and what is their ID and what is specific amount of salary they get, even each and everything can be obtained. So the first thing that a hacker would do would be to collect information. That would be its objectives. The network information can be gathered by performing a Whois database analysis or trace routing, and it includes domain name, internal domain names, network blocks, IP addresses of reachable system, rogue websites or private websites, TCP and UDP services that the company is running, their access control mechanisms, that is ACLs, and networking protocols, VPN access points, intrusion detection system, and how they detect and how they are running on which protocols, analog or digital telephone numbers, authentication mechanisms, and system enumeration. So these things come under the collecting network information. After that, we have the collecting system information such as the users and group names. And if you go and check into an organization, they don't have any specific names such as the users they have. The username is almost the same. Let's say for my piece, let's say if the name of my company is let's say XYZ, or let me take a specific item name, let's say Mercedes for example. So the name of my company is Mercedes. So the name of the system's users would be Mercedes 1, Mercedes 2, Mercedes 3, and Mercedes hash PRO1, Mercedes hash PRO2. So it's quite easy to gather. Even if you get one specific user's name, it will be easier to guess the other user's name. And by that you can also get the group names, system banners, routing tables, their SMP information, system architecture as to which system and they are using, and they will be able to go ahead and try to override the hardware by, if they get access to the hardware, then getting remote access to the system machine, system names, and passwords. So after they collect the system information, that final thing would be to gather the organization's information, which would be the employee details, organization's websites, company directory, location details, addresses, phone numbers, backgrounds of organization, news articles, and all these things. So till now I have discussed the footprinting concepts. Now I'll go ahead and discuss what are the threats that footprinting gives you. The footprinting threat section familiarizes you with the threats associated with footprinting such as social engineering, system and network attacks, and corporate espionage. These include attackers gathering valuable system and network information such as account details, operating system, installed applications, network components, servers, and many more. And these finally lead to business loss. So the first and the foremost important thing would be social engineering, because it is if any other attack fails, such as let's say if you have an updated Windows 8, or if in your organization you're not at all using any version of Windows, which is quite not possible, but let's say to be secure you're only using Linux, so that you don't have to let's say worry about any person hacking your organization. Or if you have applied each and every patch of Linux, Ubuntu or Fedora, whichever you're using, or even Red Hat, but still hackers can gain access via social engineering. So what is social engineering? Social engineering means without using any intrusion methods, hackers can directly or indirectly collect information through persuasion or any other means, and the crucial information gathered by the hackers and the employers without their consent. So this is a very unique method. Let's say, for example, you are working in an IT company, or you're working, you are just a normal, let's say, normal person working in a company, and one day you are at home, and some random day you just get a call stating that if the person may have gathered already your, let's say, your user ID, or not user ID, he may already have your employee ID. Yeah, he may have gathered there by just looking over you when you're just going ahead and crossing your subway line on the road, and he has your employee ID. So he will just call you and tell you, hello sir, I'm calling you from this company. That means the same company in which you are working. Let's say your name is Adam and you're working for an XYZ company, and this guy sees you and he wants to hack your organization, and so he gathers all the information. So he sees you passing on the road with your ID in your neck, and your employee ID is ABCD@123, let's say, for example. So he will just go ahead and call you, hello sir, I believe your name is Mr. Adam. You'll say yes, and then he will tell you, okay, so I believe I am calling you from your company, that's XYZ. I am the network manager over here, and due to some reason I'm unable to access your password to your PC, and so can you just help me with that? And before I proceed, I believe ID would be ABCD@123. So you will think, okay, this guy knows my address, he knows my name, he knows my employee ID, so he must be the real guy who is from the IT department. So you will just go ahead and give him out the username and then password, and then finally he will have what he needs, and he will just go ahead and he won't even go ahead and directly disconnect the call. He will just tell you, okay, thank you sir, I'm able to access your system now, and by the time you access your system tomorrow, I will have full maintenance done on your system. And he will close the call in a very good manner, and you will think, okay, I just helped this guy, so you will feel good. But when next day you reach the office, and you'll come to know somebody has already accessed all the information, and you are the person who gave the information, and you are the only person responsible, and you will be the one who will be serving jail time, or perhaps you may not even get another job because of your insecurity that you performed. So these are the ways as to how any person can gather information via social engineering attack. After that, we have system network attacks, information leakage, privacy loss, corporate espionage, and business loss. So these are different ways as to how we can go ahead and gather information on a specific person. We are using loads of other techniques, and yes. After that, we have footprinting tools, which I will be showing you some practical stuff as to how we can go ahead and gather information. And the most important one is, which I will be showing you later on, would be the Google hacking database. You won't even need any kind of specific tool to hack into any stuff. You would just need a computer. You won't even need any software to install. You won't even need the administrator right to go ahead and just gather information. You just need a computer with the internet access, and just the access of Google is more than enough for you. So yes, so I will be teaching you that in the next tutorial. That is it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, I'll be teaching you about the footprinting tools and gathering information via Google hacking database.